Good morning from Penang, Georgetown in Penang. I want to talk about this, why I'm here, um, what I'm doing here, and then why this moment. Because I technically got in trouble, and I want to talk about that because I think it's funny. And yeah, so it is currently 11:30, which is why it's so sunny out. I did not do I did a walk, but I did not chat, didn't make a video during my walk because it was so dark. Um, and yeah, I am here on kind of a vacation, more style of travel than workcation. So we're gonna check out Georgetown, check out the Penang area for a couple days, and then decide if I want to stay here and grind some more or move along. But first impressions, it's so different. It's so different from Kuala Lumpur, and I mean, just look at this. I have only walked on this street and this other street. Well, I did a circle, but it's like local. Just look. I don't need to describe it. Like local feel, a lot of like shop fronts and small streets. It's like the if you scroll back at my videos like 3 weeks ago, I stayed in this hostel called Ohana in Kuala Lumpur, and behind it, when I did my morning walks, there was this really nice local neighborhood, tons of like quiet side streets, but oh my god, traffic. But let's go this way. But it was like 100% local, and like no cafes or restaurants. I mean, they had restaurants, but it's like all like local. Like I was the only tourist there. But I loved the feel of that, and this feels very similar, just in like the block that I've walked around. But yeah, and the food is apparently the food here is like a big thing. And I ate at this Mexican place over here, and it was really good. And I went to a cafe this morning, and had a single origin premium espresso, and it was fantastic. And then had a veggie sourdough sandwich with sweet potato fries, also incredible. Like, yeah, I'm kind of blown away, and I've been here for 18 hours, and most of that was sleeping. So anyway, I was trying to set up my camera to do some videos in the room, but I ran out of battery, so I'm gonna do a walk video instead. And yeah, what did I say I was gonna talk about? Why I'm here, said that. What I'm doing here, said that. Update on Georgetown. It's super cute, and I'm very excited to explore. Maybe take some photos. This morning I did a ChatGPT travel guide using my custom personalized travel profile that I made in Singapore. Literally so helpful. It took me 15 minutes. Well, I'm not completely done, but it took me literally 15 minutes to go from I've never been here, like what do I do, to like 3 days custom personalized to me travel itinerary with recommendations and food places, and like I might end up making this a product because it's too helpful. Anyway, last thing I wanted to talk about is why and how I got in trouble and how I feel about it. Because so I submitted my the business venture that I'm working on and have built, the software app that I've built, uses the YouTube API, and I submitted a quota increase request. Hold on a sec. I submitted a quota increase request to get more like API credits, basically. And over the past couple of days, I've noticed people have been using the app. Sorry for the lighting. Let me walk this way. Better lighting. I've been seeing like logs of like people actually making requests on my actual site, which has been so cool. I still can't believe it. The first thing they entered was Mr. Beast. Oh my God, it pulled 300,000 comments and then errored out. Oh, it was so funny. So I fixed that a couple days ago. I saw this morning they entered T-Series, which is like either the most or second most highest subscriber creator on YouTube. And I'm just like, it's just so funny. Anyway, so I've been seeing actual people like from Google or YouTube, whatever it is, actually submitting requests, which has been really cool and very fulfilling. It feels so cool to have like actual users using it, even if they're just like testing it out to work on my quota increase application. But anyway, I got this email this morning, and I didn't open it until I was in the cafe. And I was like, oh, fingers crossed, please, more quota, because I'm like running into quota issues. And it goes, the email reads like, oh, thank you for submitting your application. Upon further review, we've noticed that your API client, like your software, violates our terms of service. And I'm like, uh-oh. And they send this PDF document of 11 terms of service violations. And I'm reading through and I'm like, oh boy. But like, you're reading through all the things. It's like, the client does not have a privacy policy, and it does not link to the YouTube API terms of service, and like the privacy policy doesn't have a paragraph explaining how the software uses the user's data or whatever, and there's no contact email or contact link on the, so just a bunch of like administrative things that I just need to like add. But reflecting on this, my initial first reaction was actually quite logical. It was like, shoot, well, like, all right, I gotta like fix all these things. I have like 15 business days to fix everything. But as I kept like, or as it started to like ruminate in the background, and I think it might be helpful to put in the context that if you don't know me, I have tended to be, oh my God, listen to how quiet this is. So nice. I've tended to be like a rule follower, like people pleaser kind of type. And so getting in trouble is like something that I fear. And so anyway, as I was ruminating on this, I started to notice like all these feelings kind of bubble up that were like, oh my God, like I got in trouble and like they're gonna take my app down, and look at all these things that I violated. I did something wrong. I'm in trouble with the YouTube API team. Like, oh my God. And my brain has kept flip-flopping back and forth from this like emotional feelings of like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. Like I did something wrong, to like, no, actually, like it's just, you just have to go through and like fix all these things and add it and then like resubmit your application. Like it's fine. It's not a big deal. And the other thing, as I've been thinking about this, is like, well, one, given the context that I I've tended to be more like people pleaser, like rule follower, like don't get in trouble kind of person. Over the past, I don't know, 10 years, I've tried to reward the moments where I don't do that and like break out of the box. And like this is literally one of those moments. And so I'm like, no, this is actually really good. Like, good. You actually did something wrong. You violated the terms of service. Good. Like, it's just one more piece of evidence to desensitize me as I get more evidence to accumulate. So that was one thing. The other thing was like, just thinking logically about this, I was like, I didn't know that I needed to add all these things to my site. I probably could have figured it out, but they linked to like the actual like long terms of service. And I was like, wait a second. Isn't this actually like really useful? Like they're not going to kill my app. I just have to fix all these things. But like, rather than me having to go through the entire terms of service, read everything and apply it to my my site and like figure out, okay, do I need this? And like, what do I have to do here? No, they just gave me this report that tells me exactly the violations. And so I just have to go line by line and fix everything. I was like, I feel like I just outsourced this. Like I just saved so much time by doing this and not having to read through the entire terms of service. Instead, I know exactly what to fix. And then once I fix exactly what they asked for, then we'll be cool. And then I won't have to worry about this, that kind of thing. I was like, that's like a reframe. That's actually kind of interesting. So that was the second thing. And I can't remember if there was a third. I think I just wanted to capture that the back and forth of like emotional, I'm in trouble, to logical, like, no, it's fine. You just have to fix these things and then you'll be good. So anyway, I pushed up with a quick bug fix, and then I'll finish on this. Pushed up a quick bug fix, and then I have time, so I'm gonna do this later. But yeah, I mean, it's just like one of those administrative things that nobody wants to do, but like you have to do as a business. And so, like I said, I outsourced it. I know exactly what to fix. The last thing I'll end on was just sitting in that cafe. Can I go down here? Ooh. My phone overheated. I was saying, this is like, I like this a lot. Little side streets, little cafes, some greenery, some trees. Like, look at this. I'll end on this, that just sitting in the cafe, pushed up a bug fix, did some journaling, did some travel planning. I was like, this is exactly what I want. Like the last piece of this is just like having an income, but like having a software product that is completely divorced from my time, working 24/7. Like the YouTube API people were submitting their requests when I was asleep. It was 12 midnight, 1 a.m. when I saw these or the timestamp for the logs. Like I'm not actively working. Like, push up a bug fix, have a nice sandwich and sweet potato fries. Like, I just feel so grateful to be here. And like, this is exactly what I want. So this is the life, and I am grateful for it. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.